give us the story that you might give? I mean, it's an interesting choice for a movie, a challenging choice. This is the first Thomas Pynchon adaptation ever, for sure. Right, yes. And how did it, as far as, how did it come about? When did Paul get the idea of doing this, and when and how, oh my God, did he convince Thomas Pynchon to let him do it?
It was before we made The Master and the book came out, or it was about to come out. And Paul had heard word, I'm not sure through who, that Thomas Pynchon was open to having it adapted into a film, which was the first time that happened. And Paul is an ardent Pynchon fan and he just reveres him. So I rang over to his agency, and it was true, he was thinking about it, and was excited that Paul was interested, because he was a mutual fan of Paul's.
That worked out.
And so they sent over, and we read it in galley form, and kind of went from there and made it all happen.
So, I mean, it's a confusing story. I've read the book, and
I'd say less confusing than the book, but yes, it's a confusing story.
But only by a little. I mean,
it's more about the destination.
The journey than the destination. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of Pynchon is that way. How did you guys wrap your arms around it? I mean, I know I can remember some episodes in the book that weren't here, but for the most part, this feels like the book that I read. How did you guys try?
The whole Vegas subplot kind of went,
away,
and some various other stuff, and obviously we had to cut down on the characters, even though there's a huge amount of characters in the film. There's even more, huge in the book.
All with even weirder names.
Yes. Yes. And Paul spent, not an incredible amount of time, because we pretty much did it back to back after The Master, but wrestling the book down to get it into script form, and it was a long script and it's turned into a long movie. But yes, I think he's done a good job at making it more accessible than the book.